Welcome to the channel, friends. So today I'm going to make a quick video and I want to go over this new battery I got here, which is an anti-gravity lithium battery for my C6ZR1, and compare it to the weight of a normal size battery. This is not an OEM battery, but it's very similar. It's an Optima dry cell battery, and I'm going to go ahead and measure the weight of both, including the mounts that I use. So I had to make a custom mount, aluminum mount for the Optima when it came to fitting into my battery compartment on the C6ZR1. I'm going to weigh that whole setup, and then we have here the anti-gravity battery with the OEM bracket in the hardware. So let's go ahead and do that. Actually, before that, let's talk about some of the things you're going to want to know when you actually go with this type of battery. Now, this is a lithium battery. It comes with its advantages and disadvantages. So the main advantage is obviously the weight. You're gonna be very, very low in the amount of weight this thing is gonna incur on your vehicle. But you have to actually buy a specific charger for these batteries, and this battery in particular, the ATX-20-HD, you cannot charge. Max charge rate is 15 amps. So you cannot slap 25 amps or anything higher than 15 amps on this battery. You will destroy it. So it has a max charge rate of 15 amps. So it's very important. And you need to have a lithium setup or button or setting on your charger. So this one here does. It has gel, STD, AGM, DC, CA, and then LI, which is what we're talking about here. It's a lithium setting to charge lithium batteries. You basically cannot undercharge or overcharge, or I should say under discharge or overcharge these batteries, because it will destroy them. So that's the main kind of difference between a standard trickle charger and a lithium style one that's capable of charging and maintaining a lithium battery. It won't overcharge it. It's like 14 something, I think 14.6 up for a voltage. But also these cannot be under discharged. So like overly discharging them, meaning like if you were to like really crank over your car and it was having a hard time and you drop these things below, I think it's 12 volts. It says right here. So check that out. That gives you all the info you really need when it comes to this battery. So right there you see it. You cannot go above 14.4, and you do not want to jumpstart this battery if below 10.5 volts. Very important. So you cannot over discharge this thing to the point where it's below 10.5 volts. So that's the main thing you need to keep an eye on. I'm actually going to make a little sticker or label and put this up here because I'm going to forget that's there where it says max charge rate 15 amps. So I want to be able to see that on the top of the battery. This also has a status indicator to show you what the actual capacity is. So right now it's full, but you can see that right there to see what the life of the battery is. Very nice. It comes with dual posts, so you can mount it to the front, on top, or towards the back like I have it here. These are extra. I had to buy these additionally. It does not come with the battery, but you will need it for this style of car. You're going to have to use your standard terminals on the cables themselves. So that's the setup. Let's go ahead now and set this up and show you what these weigh. I'm going to put the camera up above. That way it's easier to see. Alright, let's go ahead and start off by zeroing out the scale. And let's throw onto Optima with the fabricated aluminum mount in hardware. And we have 37 pounds, 14.2 ounces. And now the anti-gravity. So I'm going to use this block here because I'm going to put that on top. We'll put the battery on top of that to simulate the same height. And obviously the OEM bracket with piece of foam in there and hardware. And we have 4 pounds, 14.8 ounces. So that's the weight difference. We're talking 33 pounds just by changing out the battery. So that's quite a bit. So I've already gone ahead and kind of test fitted this setup. This is kind of what I'm going with. Whoops. So I have a little piece of foam here to compensate for the height of the battery because it's shorter. And I'm obviously going to go ahead and place this foam block underneath it to give me some height. And then this here just so it's kind of like holding down the battery with a little more pressure. It has some foam like isolation. I also went ahead and cut this back here a little relief for the button so I can still use that and see what the status is of the battery. Now, let me go ahead and turn this off because it's making a bunch of noise. And that's the setup. The factory bracket is plastic, so you get the benefit of going super lightweight with that. You don't need an aluminum piece if you don't need it. So I'm liking this setup. Let me go now and install it in the car and give you a couple shots what it looks like at the very end here. Okay, so one quick tip. I did notice right off the bat when I went ahead to install the negative side terminal on the car, this post is way too big. So the actual connector, the terminal that goes around this on the car is actually smaller diameter, inside diameter, than the one on the positive side. So this is a larger terminal, this is a smaller terminal on the car side. So what I had to do was actually turn this post down a little bit on a grinder with a drill and keep that same taper as the post had to allow it to fit inside the negative side terminal. That way you can actually clamp down properly. It would not fit over whatsoever. So keep that in mind. If you're going to get this, go ahead and make sure you buy the posts that are not the same size. You need one that's the standard, or it's a larger size, and this is going to be smaller size by like, I don't know, 90 thousandths of a diameter all the way top to bottom. So that's something you might want to keep in mind. Buy the proper terminals. I bought these off of Amazon, and they seemed like they worked, obviously, for the positive, but not the negative. So keep that in mind. Just a little quick tip as I'm moving along here. But let me put this in the car now. Everything should line up, and it'll be good to go. Alright, so there is the finished product. That worked out well. Just make sure you get the right size posts. If you don't, you can turn that one down and make the factory clamp on the negative side work. But that's it right there. It's not going anywhere. I mean, that plastic OEM brace there, bracket, has some flex in it, but it's not doing anything. It's not going to jump anywhere. I mean, the cables themselves hold everything in as well, and you don't have to really go super tight on that. It's not a heavy battery, so you don't have to contend with the extra weight. But this here is really good. I'm really happy with the results. So that's going to be it, guys. If you have any questions or comments, please place them right down below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and do so. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.